Hey, what's up, Trainiacs? Today we're talking about the fourth and final aspect of making sure that you can run a sub 2-hour half marathon with just 3 workouts a week, almost guaranteed. And that aspect is making sure that our body is strong enough so that in the latter half of that race, it doesn't start breaking down. And this is probably a more critical aspect than running itself, so stick around for it. So something that I've talked a lot about over the last few months is strength training and why it's so critical for endurance athletes. And the reason for that is that when people have a failure in a race and they go much slower than they expected, it's typically because their body structure is broken down. Rarely do people back off of an intensity in these long endurance races because their heart and lungs can't go hard enough. Like, rarely do you run across the finish line, you're just absolutely winded unless you had a sprint against your favorite competitor. But people typically limp across the finish line because they have a structural issue in their lower back and their hips, and their body isn't strong enough to go throughout the duration of the race. We're gonna fix that today with a very simple core routine that you can do after or before your runs, or just once or twice throughout the week. It's only gonna take about 7 minutes, and it's gonna be fantastic for your run durability. So I've shown this routine before. This is the Core 1 routine, and this is very critical to do, especially if you're a new triathlete, so that you can build the ability for your body to sustain upwards of 15 to 20,000 foot strikes that happen over the course of a half marathon, multiplied by anywhere from 4 to 20 times your body weight because of the pounding force that is coming down your body. So this Core 1 routine is going to overcome all of that immense challenge that we place on our body. So this is a continuous circuit, and you start by doing each movement for 10 seconds. You can do this once to 3 times a week, and you gradually increase that 10 seconds to 13, 15, 17, 20, 23, 25, 27, 30. Don't feel bad if you don't get to all of 30 seconds. I've been doing this core routine on and off for about 3 years and still haven't got to 30 seconds. The first thing we do is we start with planks, then we move into arm stretches, then we move into an up, up, down, down, going up, up, down first with your right, and then you go up, up, down first with your left arm. Then you move into a side plank, then into a side plank on the other side. Then you go into a side plank on the first side, but doing leg raises for as long as the seconds are that you're working on. You do the same thing on the other side, doing leg raises on that side. Go back to a side plank on the other side again, and then finish off with a final side plank. Lots of side planks. Then we flip over and you do a V-sit and hold that V-sit. Once that V-sit is done, you do an extended V with your arms over your head and your legs extended. You're gonna start feeling really bad at this point. Then you do side to side movements very, very slowly, and then a side-to-side movement very quickly. End it off with a static hip bridge, then go into a hip bridge with a leg extended and doing a leg raise, and then finish off with a leg raise with the other raise. Now, with all of these multi-day videos, things like this, don't worry about writing it down. You can go to triathlontaren.com/sub2, the number 2, and I'll actually have a perfectly sized downloadable sheet that you can save to your smartphone so that when you go to the gym, you have the exact Core 1 routine laid out for you. Now, a word about all this training and why I'm so confident that I can basically guarantee that if you go through this training, you will be able to do a sub 2-hour half marathon with just 3 runs a week. You've probably noticed that almost all of the training is not actually at that 1:59 target half marathon pace. The speed work really only builds up to a total of about 6.4 kilometers. But it's way faster than that 1:59. The tempo work is just slightly faster than that 1:59, but it's only 10 kilometers long. And then the long run is, sure, longer, building up to about 23 kilometers than the 21.1 that you're going to be running in the half marathon, but it's at a pace that's slower than your target race pace. But what we're looking to do with all of these runs isn't necessarily get you the ability to chug-a-chug at 159. I want to give you the ability to hit that 159 and crush it, maybe even going like sub 150, close to 140. And we're doing this by getting you the leg turnover with that speed work. We're building a really big, strong engine so that your cardiovascular system is really strong with that tempo work. And we're doing a long run that builds that durability so that you can be on your feet, not just for 21.1 kilometers, but for 23 kilometers. And at that slower pace, you're going to be on your feet for much longer. We're talking like 2 to 2.5 hours. So all of a sudden, by the time you get to your race, your foot speed is way quicker than 159. Your engine is stronger than doing a 159, and your body's durability paired with this core movement has the ability to stay upright and take pounding for 2 hours plus. If you follow the routine, you put in the work, just these 3 runs a week with a little bit of core stability is going to build the ability that you can laugh at 2 hours. And I started doing a 153 half marathon and built all the way up to about a 128 half marathon, only running at most 2 or 3 times a week. So if you like this series and you aren't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button below to catch our daily triathlon videos. And if you are subscribed and you dug this series, hit the like button. For watching, everyone, and I will catch you tomorrow.